Rani's now coming to the Friday Savitri also because I begin next week. I begin tomorrow with Book 1, Canto 1. Yeah.
Today they celebrate this day as Savitri Day, Naradji. In India, they perform puja and all.
Mm.
That is from the Mahabharata, that story. They celebrate that.
Yeah, the story of Savitri. Yeah. Mm.
So Savitri Day.
Just wait a minute or two. Leonid might come. Rani's not here tonight.
Maintain constant.
Now we don't have too many pages left in this canto. So we'll begin with the line, "Forms he descried, our mortal eyes see not." And we have two definitions that are both pretty accurate. To describe is to discern by looking carefully at something. So Ashwapati has described something that our mortal eyes see not. And the second definition is to discover, perceive, detect. So very clear, described. His wide eyes bodied viewless entities. He saw the cosmic forces at their work and felt the occult impulse behind man's will. So again, you see, from described, you have bodying viewless entities, and then you have seeing the cosmic forces, all synonymous words. So his wide eyes bodied viewless entities. Now the word bodies is interesting here because it's embodied, given a shape to or given a form to. So his wide eyes, look at that, wide eyes, bodied viewless entities. So things that no one else could see, again we go back to the previous line. Our mortal eyes see not, and here we have him bodying viewless entities. He saw the cosmic forces at their work. Now the cosmic forces, of course, they are just below the transcendental. So they're the creators of all this earth. He doesn't call them gods here, he calls them cosmic forces because that's what Mother is working with. And felt the occult impulse behind man's will. Time's secrets were to him an oft-read book. The records of the future and the past outlined their excerpts on the etheric page. Now, that's interesting because the records of the future and the past are what we know as the Akashic records. And everything that has happened on this earth is contained in those records. And the Tibetan people, when they would teach their children, they would take them into a room, and that room had thousands and thousands of little drawers. And so you wanted something on mathematics, 10 or 20 drawers all on mathematics. On the ether, and the ether is, of course, the medium supposed by the ancients to fill the upper regions of space. And this is what Sri Aurobindo says that science has failed. They discarded the ether. And he says the ether is everything. That's where all the creation is. So, time's secrets were to him an oft-read book. The records of the future and the past outlined their excerpts on the etheric page. Full stop. One and harmonious by the Maker's skill, and when the M is capitalized, of course, it's the divine. One and harmonious by the Maker's skill, the human in him paced with the divine. He's not fully there yet, but he's very close. And we will see that in next two cantos. His acts betrayed not the interior flame. So no one really sees what he is experiencing. Just like Sri Aurobindo was so quiet. I remember Temi telling me one time, oh, Purani wrote this Evenings with Sri Aurobindo, and Sri Aurobindo never talked that much, but she didn't know. They were young people then, these boys who came. They were in their late teens. They came only because of Sri Aurobindo, not the yoga. Some of them did stay. Mani was one that I thought was so possible, and he left. Others stayed. So, this forged the greatness of his front to earth. To forge something here is to fashion it, to mold it. So this aspect in him that paced with the divine and acts not betraying the interior flame, these things, and one and harmonious by the Maker's skill, all of them forged the greatness of his front to earth. And of course we know what the front is, because when a company of soldiers would go to the front, they would face the enemy. So this forged is not what we understand by a forge, and a smithy, but it's made by concentrated effort or energy, fabricated, fashioned, mold. So, oh, we're at the end here now. I have to go to the next. Oh, no. Okay. A genius heightened in his body's cells. Heightened is increased in quantity or degree. Okay? That knew the meaning of his fate-hedged works. Now, Sri Aurobindo hyphenates this word, fate-hedged, which is predetermined, preordained. It heightened the meaning of his destiny, basically. And of course, one could get into karma there, but there are places where karma is a little bit more applicable. Akin to the march of unaccomplished powers, akin, interesting word. It's allied by nature.
Which one?
Allied by nature. So he's very, very close to this march of unaccomplished powers. It has the same properties. It's nearer in character. Allied by nature. Akin to the march of unaccomplished powers. Beyond life's arc, in spirit's immensities. Apart he lived in his mind's solitude. A demigod shaping the lives of men. Now, a demigod is usually a mythical being that's half man and half divine. Half human, half divine.
In Greece, they have like that.
Hmm?
Rome and Greece, Roman gods, Greek gods will have that type of.
Yeah, they were mythological, but you could call him an inferior deity at the moment, but not him, because he is a demigod shaping the lives of men. One soul's ambition lifted up the race. A power worked, but none knew whence it came. Notice that he capitalized power here. Power is Chit Shakti. And we have to use the word Chit Shakti as Ranganath has always used it, because it's consciousness force. See the difference? We have that force. A power worked, but none knew whence it came. Whence? What does whence mean?
When?
No, it's whence. W-H-E-N-C-E. So it is from what place it came. So a power worked, but none knew whence it came. Where did it come from? The universal strengths were linked with his, filling earth's smallness with their boundless breadths. And now I have to go. Yeah, okay.
No, no, no.
There are 2 pages and 44.
Yes, yes. It has to go to.
Scroll up, scroll. Oh, I searched.
I don't want the PDF, no.
Just 4 lines
They
only.
need the studies.
It's not there, Narad. It's this is good reader.
I put a search by 44. That's why I think it's filtered by 44.
There we are.
Yeah.
And this is always a problem, but I get there. 45 now.
Wait.
No.
Where did you go? 44. It's 133.
This is 130. I have to go down.
Okay, it's in reverse.
Yeah,
Okay.
bear with me, please.
Yes, you got it. Thank you.
So, 45. He drew the energies that transmute and age. And this is so important because this is why Mother and Sri Aurobindo came. This was their work. To transmute, to change from one nature or substance into another. And so, to convert, basically. So we have to convert this human life into the divine life. He drew the energies that transmute and age. Immeasurable by the common look, he made great dreams a mold for coming things, and cast his deeds like bronze to front the years. What poetry. So the common look, it's immeasurable. We can't measure what he has done. And he made great dreams, a mold for common things, and cast his deeds like bronze to front the years. His walk through time outstripped the human stride. Lonely his days, and splendid like the sun's. What a great ending, that one line that ends the canto. Lonely his days. And they were lonely. You know, when he was into his intensive work on bringing down the supermind, he didn't see anyone. Even Dilip Kumar Roy, he wouldn't see at the end. When Dilip wanted to leave, Sri Aurobindo wrote him a letter. I have loved you like a son and brother. Oh. Still he left. But Mother said when he sang, she saw Krishna. When he sang, she saw Krishna. Oh. So, we will go now to the next 46, I guess. Here we are. No, is it 46? Yeah. This extraordinary canto, The Secret Knowledge, Book 1, Canto 4, begins with one line about Sri Aurobindo, Ashwapati, and the rest is about us for a long time. On a height he stood that looked towards greater heights. Our early approaches to the infinite are sunrise splendors on a marvelous verge, while lingers yet unseen the glorious sun. What now we see is a shadow of what must come. The earth's uplook to a remote unknown is a preface only of the epic climb of human soul from its flat earthly state to the discovery of a greater self and the far gleam of an eternal light. These lines are so perfect. So Ashwapati, Sri Aurobindo, is on a height. He's standing on that height, And he's looking towards greater heights even, because now he's looking towards the supermind. But we don't know that yet. We'll get that next canto. So then he speaks about us and our early approaches to the infinite. And what are they? They're sunrise splendors, just the splendor of the sunrise on a marvelous verge, marvelous edge. But the glorious sun lingers yet unseen. And therefore, what now we see is a shadow of what must come. Now he speaks of the earth's uplook to a remote unknown, and notice the capitalization of unknown. Again, it's the divine. Is a preface. We know what a preface is, huh? It's something that explains the scope of something. Is a preface only of the epic climb of what? Of human soul from its flat earthly state to the discovery of a greater self and the far gleam of an eternal light. And he capitalizes light. And I've been through light so many times with you, so we'll pass on that now, because he has so much to tell us here. This world is a beginning and a base. A base of what? Where life and mind erect their structured dreams. Interesting. Life and mind both capitalized because they are the key to our evolving even higher. Erect their structured dreams. He says in the synthesis of yoga, all life, spiritual, mental, or material, is the play of the soul with the possibilities of its nature. Mother told us this. And she said that when Sri Aurobindo said he would come back in the first supramental body, built in the supramental way, it might take about 300 years, which is nothing. That's speck in time for the divine. So, this unborn power must build reality. And the power is Shakti. Back to us again. A death-bound littleness is not all we are. Immortal, our forgotten vastnesses await discovery in our summit selves. You see, poetically, when you make these lines, which are so much higher than prose, so he puts the word immortal first. Immortal, our forgotten vastnesses await discovery. Where? In our summit selves, in our highest self. Now we have akin again. Akin is allied by nature again. Near in character. Akin to the ineffable secrecy. Wow. Mystic, eternal, in unrealized time. Did I miss one? Where? Unmeasured breadths and depths of being are ours. Why are they ours? Because we're the divine, only hiding behind these veils. So unmeasured breadths, widths, and depths of being are ours. akin to the ineffable secrecy, mystic, eternal in unrealized time, neighbors of heaven are nature's altitudes. So, at the highest point of nature, she's very close to the supernal world, the heavenly worlds. Very close. To these high-peaked dominions, sealed to our search, too far from surface nature's postal routes, too lofty for our mortal lives to breathe. And then this incredible line, deep in us a forgotten kinship points, and a faint voice of ecstasy and prayer calls to those lucent, lost immensities. So Sri Aurobindo's humor comes in with the postal routes. Too far from surface nature's postal routes.
What is that, Narad?
Well, you know what a postal route is in the old days, but here in India also, of course. The postman used to go around on his route and deliver envelopes directly to people. We had it in America too. We had the milkman would put the 2 bottles of milk every day on the porch, and the postman would come and give us our mail. The doctor would come to the house. Now in America, it's 15 minutes. That's all you get with the doctor, because they have everybody lined up just like that. Things have changed so much. Okay, back to these high-peaked dominions, these huge territories. To these high-peaked dominions, sealed to our search, too far from surface nature's postal routes, too lofty for our mortal lives to breathe, deep in us a forgotten kinship points, and a faint voice of ecstasy and prayer calls to those lucent, lost immensities. Even when we fail to look into our souls, or lie embedded in earthly consciousness, still have we parts that grow towards the light. It couldn't be anything more encouraging to all of us. But look how he puts it. It's so beautiful. So this kinship, this union with the divine, that's the forgotten kinship that's pointing. And this faint voice of ecstasy and prayer in us calls to those lucent, very bright, clear, lost immensities, even when we fail to look into our souls, or lie embedded in earthly consciousness. Now here's a word that's being used constantly today. This person was embedded in Gaza. This one was embedded in Russia. So these reporters embed themselves. And so we lie embedded in earthly consciousness. But still have we parts that grow towards the light. Yet are there luminous tracks and heavens supreme and Eldorados of splendor and ecstasy. El Dorado is Spanish for the golden one. When they were searching for gold, these Spanish explorers, they were looking for this imaginary place of great wealth. and opportunity in South America in the 16th centuries. So it's a mythical place, and it only exists supposedly in imagination, but not for Sri Aurobindo. He capitalizes Eldorados because it's the proper name, and Eldorados of splendor and ecstasy. And I have to get that last line.
47.
Pages
47.
40.
7.
Yeah, see, and that doesn't give me 47, but I have to go to, I think I have to go to the Savitri thing here. And then well,
No, okay.
that didn't work too well. Okay, here, I just had it.
Yeah.
No, I just had it. No,
Yeah.
okay. It was there.
It's here.
Okay. Okay, so we'll complete tonight. The Eldorados are there, and temples to the Godhead none can see. A shapeless memory lingers in us still. Interesting, huh? Lingers. When we linger, we just fool around. We're just nowhere. The shapeless memory lingers in us still. And sometimes, when our sight is turned within, earth's ignorant veil is lifted from our eyes. There is a short, miraculous escape. This narrow fringe, we know what a fringe is. It's usually on the edge of a cloth, right? And here it's a fringe, a border, an outer edge or a margin. Clamped, experienced, restricted, repressed, tightened down, restrained. We leave behind, meted to us as life. Now, something that's distributed to us or allotted to us is meted. It's from the French.
What is meted?
Meted means allotted to us.
Allotted.
Yeah, or even distributed sometimes to us. Given to us, I would say, is very simple. Our little walks, our insufficient reach. Our souls can visit in great lonely hours, still regions of imperishable light, all-seeing eagle peaks of silent power. Notice how Sri Aurobindo hyphenates both of those words, all-seeing and eagle peaks, making them one word. And moon flame oceans of swift, fathomless bliss, and calm immensities of spirit space. Tell you this canto is something else, and I've run out of time. Okay, so we'll go into the unfolding process of the self next week. And what is he going to tell us about that? Then we're going to get into a section where Sri Aurobindo speaks. Well, he gives us the longest symbol ever written in any language of a sailor. This is the sailor on the flow of time. And he will have symbol after symbol after symbol. And you're in this ocean of experience from Sri Aurobindo. There's nothing like it. It's pages long. Pages. Okay.
There was a picture where Sri Aurobindo stands in a boat. Is that what it means, Narad? There is a painting where Sri Aurobindo
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in the boat.
Yeah. No, he has written poems about the boat in his lyric poems.
So
And
he
I,
may be the sailor.
yeah.
He mentions that.
No, man is the sailor. We are the sailor on the flow of time. Okay. You had a question, Geeta?
I have two questions.
Yeah.
One is there's light still having parts that go towards the light.
Yes.
Uh,
Psychic being.
okay. And a shapeless memory lingers in us still.
Yeah. That shapeless memory is because we came from the divine. He formed
the
us.
memory of the divine.
Yes. Yes. And we came down here, and now it doesn't have a shape anymore. That's a shapeless memory now. But it lingers in us. It's still hanging around.
Sure.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to make sure
You got it.
that it is hanging.
Wonderful.